Rob Schneider just put Major League Baseball on blast because 3 San Francisco Giants pitchers, they actually decided to put Christian scripture on their Pride Night caps, and here's the outrage.
Yeah, so apparently MLB is saying that this literally has nothing to do with Christianity, and it's all about uniform rules.
Now politicians are getting involved. Fans are divided. There's all kinds of outrage. And what started out as a baseball game has turned into another major culture war battle.
Yeah, so what really happened, guys? Is MLB going after these players for their faith, or is this just all about uniform rules?
Let's get into it. So first things first, just in case you don't know, what is Pride Night? It is a night dedicated at these Major League professional sports organizations, Major League Baseball, NBA, they're all doing it. It's a night dedicated to honoring, promoting, recognizing the LGBTQ plus community.
Alphabet community for short.
The alphabet community. There you go. Just about all the letters.
Yeah.
So Genesis chapter 9, verses 12 through 16, that is the scripture that was posted by the 3 Major League Baseball players. And that is the scripture, we're talking about Genesis chapter 9. That is the scripture where God promises Noah and mankind that he will not destroy the earth ever again. He's not going to wipe everybody out, the flood, Noah's Ark, and all that. And he signified that, he symbolizes that promise with the rainbow. And so that's the whole issue here, or part of it. The Major League Baseball players decided that they were going to put that scripture on their Pride Night caps, their baseball hats, and that's where all of this controversy has come from. Here's the timeline of events. On June 12th, the Giants hosted Pride Night versus the Chicago Cubs. Ralph writes, one of the pitchers, Genesis chapter 9, 12 through 16 on his Pride cap. Brubaker and Walker also add Bible verse references. And after the game, Ralph says the message was about God's covenant, faithfulness, and mercy, and that it had nothing to do with hate. On June 16th, 4 days later, Major League Baseball issues warnings saying writing on uniforms violates league rules and that this was not disciplinary action. So June 16th and 17th, the story, Nick, becomes national. Rob Schneider, J.D. Vance, Josh Hawley, Greg Abbott, LGBTQ outlets, sports media, and political commentators are all weighing in.
Yeah, so we actually got some comments from Rob Schneider on this. And if you guys don't know who he is, you guys must have been living under a rock for the last 30 years. He has been in Saturday Night Live, tons of Adam Sandler movies, great comedian, but he's also a Christian conservative guy. But he says right here, I will pay the fines for any MLB Christian player who wears a Bible verse on their uniform, Mr. Schneider wrote on X. So, yeah, he's stepping to the plate himself and willing to throw his own money down to allow these guys to write whatever they want on their pride hats. Now, I did do some digging into this when I first heard about this. Apparently, they weren't required to wear the pride hats that night, but they did, and I guess they might have done it. And this is all speculation on my part, but they might have just done it just to make a statement, about
Sure.
Pride Night or whatever. But
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's good that Rob Schneider's, willing to fork some cash over to pay these fines. But as of right now, they have not been fined. They've just been warned.
I think that's the most important part about this case is that there's just been a warning involved, but you have to take these warnings seriously. Now, there's a side that's saying, is this religious discrimination? It certainly could be down the road. Like that's the slippery slope that we're on. There's nothing wrong with them posting scripture. And I am in full support of them posting scripture. And there are athletes that have covered up parts of their jerseys before to not like Michael Jordan covering up
Reebok,
not wanting to show the logo. Political statements have been made by professional athletes for generations now. Yep. But we're in a culture war right now that's very anti-Christian. We talked about it in one of our previous videos where we looked at what's happening in Canada. Canada they have passed anti-hate speech law. And what they're saying is that there is some hate speech in the Bible. When the Bible talks about homosexuality being an abomination, like it's a sin, it's wrong. Well, that's considered hate speech in Canada. So they've opened the door now where they can actually possibly go towards something as crazy as banning the Bible. Is that crazy? No, it's not crazy. Not in the world that we live in today. That's exactly what, in my opinion, that's exactly what that side of the aisle is going to want to do eventually. If a lot of them, I mean, you already know a lot of them want to do that anyways, but the story is exploding. Schneider's side of this whole thing, Christian players expressing their faith. There's nothing wrong with that. A league promoting pride while restricting Christian symbolism. I have an issue with that. You should be able to represent your faith at any time you want to. That's one of our rights, Nick.
Yeah.
We can't be religiously oppressed in our nation.
Yeah.
A corporate double standard. Why can Major League Baseball put whatever they want to put on a hat, but the player that has to wear it can't? There's a double standard there, and it's just another example of sports entering culture war territory.
Yeah. I'm 100% in agreement with you, but the more I dig into this thing, it's like, all right, so MLB has its rules. It's their organization. They're paying you to play. It's like a job, And so if your work says, hey, you can't wear something, even though you're like, well, this is my faith. Well, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, we don't allow anybody. So like, what if somebody came in with the pentagram and devil horns and 666 on there? I wouldn't really like that. And I would hope that they would ban that. But since I'm a Christian now, when I see Bible verses, I'm in 100% support of that. But,
right.
When you go back to this is the organization, these are the rules. I kind of understand MLB's, take on this. And again, they haven't fined them. And I'm in 100% agreement with the messages that they wrote on there. And I feel also that they should be able to do that. But if those are the rules the MLB puts in place, and that's across the board for everybody, regardless of your faith or political viewpoints or whatever, then, that's what it is. So I'm curious to see what ends up happening with this. I don't think that the players will end up getting fined, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, they don't have to worry about it because Rob Schneider's going to foot the bill if that's what happens. But, I think there's another issue here when we're talking about the rainbow being intentionally redefined during this era of LGBTQ+.
By the alphabet community.
A symbol that's a Christian symbol that symbolizes the promise God gave mankind and to never flood the earth again. And now that symbol has been turned into something completely misrepresented from what it originally meant. And that's what I think that the Christian players are trying to promote. Hey, let's not forget, this is the original intent of that symbol that y'all have turned into something else.
Yeah.
And I fully support the players being able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What their message is 100% fact. And they didn't do it in a nasty way, in a dirty way.
Yeah.
They're actually educating some people through this. I feel like.
Yeah. Remember when Tim Tebow used to wear the John 3:16 under his eyes?
That's right.
Now of course that wasn't on the actual uniform, and I think that's how he got away with doing it. Maybe the baseball players moved to doing that or something. I don't know. But yeah, I found this story very interesting.
Very interesting. We're going to continue to watch it. The thing is like we are in a culture war, and there is a war against Christianity and the Bible, and there's a war against Jesus Christ in the United States of America. Yeah. It's happening, and we're going to continue to watch it and report on it here at Screenaholics Report. I'm Coach. He's Nick. Thank you guys for watching. Post in the comments and let us know what you think. Good on Rob Schneider. Is Major League Baseball right or wrong in this situation? Are those 3 pitchers for the San Francisco Giants right or wrong? And we didn't even mention the fact that they were in San Francisco, Nick, a place that's very
exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, the most alphabet club friendly city on earth.
Yeah, and good on those players for speaking up with truth and honesty. So all that being said, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.